appreciate your service to our country. Mr. Stephenson, we'll turn to you.
Good morning. It is a pleasure and an honor to be here in support of Senate Joint Resolution 40. My name is Sean Clinch Stephenson, and I'm a 19-year-old political science major at DePaul University. I am not a war hero, a politician, or an interest group. So who am I? I'm a citizen, a concerned citizen of this great nation. I come here today to represent a voice that is seldom heard on Capitol Hill, a voice that is the future of this country, the next generation, if you will. Both the Senate and the House of Representatives has listened to countless adults speak out for and against this resolution. However, with no offense to the adult community, it is important to take into consideration what the youth of America has to say. I'm a strong believer in the democratic process. Unfortunately, not all Americans are. Some days I become very discouraged by my peers. Just this past March 16th, I remember debating a fellow classmate over the importance of voting. Ironically, this was the day before the Illinois state primary. During this debate, my classmate commented, "Why should I vote for politicians when they never listen to the people?" This viewpoint deeply disturbed me. And as a precinct captain for my congressional district, I know this viewpoint is shared by many adults. Personally, I don't agree with this opinion. I certainly wouldn't be here if I did. After interning for United States Congressman William O. Lipinski last summer, I know for a fact that legislators do listen to the people. The statement, "for the people and by the people," holds true in our great system of government. My job today is to relay a message from the people. This message is shared by millions of people from coast to coast. Senators, this message is very simple. Please protect our flag. There may be some of you who feel there are more important issues than this resolution pending in Congress. If you could please, for the next few minutes, listen to what I have to say as if it was the most important issue ever brought before you, because to me and many others, it is. As an inspirational speaker, I have found an effective way to convey a message is through an activity with my audience. So right now, I'd like you to join in a little activity with me. If each of you could turn your head towards the American flag in the corner of the room for a few moments while I mention a few things. Most of the time, legislators deal with issues that are not present in their chambers. Today, senators, this issue is right here. And when you return to your office, it will be there also. This issue is flying across our nation and around our world, and as you know, even on our moon. The issue is the American flag. If everyone could focus on the flag and recall for a moment in your life when you first learned to place your right hand over your heart and repeat the Pledge of Allegiance. For most people, recalling this memory might be difficult, but many of you were possibly in kindergarten or first grade when you learned. The point is, when you first did this, you most likely felt proud. I know I did. At that age, we had a pure sense of patriotism. We had not begun to question or define things such as the true meaning of patriotism. When young, it is beyond comprehension that someone should or would want to destroy the beautiful flag, the hallowed symbol of the morning's pledge. I'm a 19-year-old, and I still don't understand why someone should have the right to destroy the flag. Whenever the issue of flag protection arises, someone invariably raises a concern regarding the First Amendment. On these occasions, I often refer to James Madison, the author of the First Amendment, who wanted to protect the right of freedom of speech, yet strongly support safeguards for our flag. Unfortunately, many have twisted freedom of speech to get whatever they want, and oftentimes seeking to protect certain very harmful actions, such as flag desecration, in the name of free speech. My mom would call this giving someone an inch and them taking a mile. As a nation, do we want to travel 180 degrees from where we started? We broke away from England because we were restricted at the most fundamental level of speech and action. Now we can do or say virtually anything we choose, no matter how vulgar or offensive. I don't believe this is what the Founding Fathers intended us. I ask you, is there nothing left sacred? How are we going to stand as a nation and take care of our problems if we allow our most precious and unifying symbol to be treated without disrespect, with respect? The most patriotic day of my life was during the summer of 1996. I was elected the highest office at Illinois Boys State. The office was governor. On the last night of Boys State, I was asked as governor to carry a wreath to the base of the flag. The wreath commemorated all the men and women who died for our country, its freedom. I remembered it like it was yesterday. It was not a cloud in the sky, and the only noise that came was from the beautiful flag flapping in the wind above. A cannon was fired off, and the company commander yelled to the troops, "About face." Then 1,000 boys turned and faced me. They were all in formation as they marched by and saluted me. You see, I will never be able to be in the military, so this was the closest I will ever come. I felt so proud to be an American. My grandfather fought to protect our nation's freedom, and now that he has passed away, I see his face in all the members of the American Legion and all those who fought for our country. I have always respected the flag, but I didn't always know exactly why. The American Legion has taught me what the flag stands for and why it should be protected. I believe that a country is like a child. As it matures, it needs rules and guidelines. If a child is never given rules to follow, it will never learn to respect anything, including itself. The same holds true for our nation. If we don't regard anything as sacred, our citizens will never learn to respect what they have. Senators, I ask you, please listen to your constituents. They want our flag protected. As a resident of Illinois, I ask Senator Mosley Braun and Senator Durbin to give great consideration to this resolution because Illinois cares. I leave you with these words. The people want this resolution to pass. And you need to remember, for the people and by the people. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Stephenson. We really appreciate your testimony. Mr. Snyder, you've traveled all over the country on behalf of the flag. We're happy to have you here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman and distinguished members of the committee. My name is John Schneider. I was born in Mount Kisco, New York, and spent most of my formative